All right. What is up, internet people? What is up?
All right.
On a Thursday.
On a Wednesday.
Fine.
You got cut off. Say it again.
On an effing Friday, man.
Yep.
Yep.
The great Malcolm Alexander Carter, and I am joined by
The Punisher, John Lorena.
And Gnarly Marv from Bravery Arcade.
Our producer.
The
and the
producer.
super producer. Producer.
That's me.
Bravery up.
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So I got attacked by bugs this week, guys. This is ridiculous. This is really bad.
What?
They're back. They're back.
This time I was so sure. Like I was sleeping in my room, and out of nowhere, I was ready, just about to sleep, and out of nowhere, I felt a smack on the face. It's like 3 of them. They don't care. They do not care anymore in my room.
They're back.
Flies?
They don't care about Corona. They don't care about nothing.
Oh my gosh. It was like 3 moths and like 2 big moths.
Oh,
They-
moths.
Decided they were coming for revenge for their friend who flew out my hair. Or they came for a visit. I don't know.
It was a message.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was just so scary. But anyway, what you guys been up to? You guys been up to?
Just at home relaxing, and then tomorrow is my cousin's birthday, so
Hey.
that's nice.
As for me, I've been exercising. I've been running around Garrett Mountain every morning. So I feel good with that. And I've been playing a lot of video games, as you guys know from Twitch. So
Yep. I caught the stream.
Been happy
Beautiful.
lately. Been really happy lately.
Yeah, I see it in your stream. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. No matter any time you go to Mars stream, it is phenomenally fun.
Of course, it's always fun.
You guys are hyping me up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
It is so much fun watching you just be like, yeah. I'm like, damn. So, yeah, what else has it been? When did I start? I'm having such a hard time because I've just been sitting down drawing. I really have. I've been putting my art out there, trying my best. My friend came at my art the other day. He was like, wow, all your women got beards. I hurt
What?
my-
What?
What?
Apparently, he thinks, the shadow lines that I do a lot in
Yeah.
my art, he thought it was like beard.
He
So
interpreted that as beards?
He interpreted it as beards, and I just let him slide because it hurt my feelings. I was like, yo, I worked really hard on that.
Word. Damn.
Wow.
So
I
was
never
like,
got
yeah.
that. I never looked at your art and thought that. So must just be
Yeah.
doesn't just be him.
He knows why. Yeah, it hurt my soul, so I was like kind of down about drawing for a while. Then I just got over it real quick. I was like, yeah.
Right.
And I got me a calendar to keep myself sane.
Everybody should have one when you're trying to be productive. Calendars are a good way to help that.
I didn't know
Calendars, planners.
Yeah,
I didn't know
facts.
how productive it was gonna make me because I look at it now and it's like, oh, every time my day passes, I put an X now. I got the things that constantly happen every week. It is
PDA.
It is keeping me sane. I swear to God. You guys are 100% right. Everybody should get something that keeps them stable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Malcolm, can you go to Facebook and change the video to public?
Oh, I thought I did. See,
And also,
I changed everything to
reread
public.
the title of the Facebook video.
Unfortunately, I can't change the title on Facebook anymore, but
Yeah, why is it every week we deal with this? I'm like, every week I try to beat it.
Facebook is finicky. YouTube is
It
a little easier to manage, but
it happens.
yeah, I mean, for the most part, we've never had the title be wrong, so this is the first.
For the first.
This is the first,
This is the
at least
first
with
one.
that.
Okay, so let's jump into the first topic, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
A great slam and then stop. It's on.
So everybody's finally their dreams have come true. Well, mine personally, but they've announced that Kingdom Hearts is going straight to Disney Plus, which
Yep. Our overlords.
praise
Uh,
Disney. You know
Disney.
they just decided to reopen Disney World, and I'm kind of excited about that. Not even gonna lie. But they decided to take that. So what do you guys think? Because personally, I just feel like they're just gonna take a lot of the game clips they got and just turn it into a whole series.
That's what I was thinking too.
We'll start with Marv because Marv said he had a lot to say about this one.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
That's pretty okay.
Unless Disney changes everything and like uses new characters, if they try to follow the story of the games, it's gonna be bad. I can't imagine. Maybe a save would be like just doing the first game story, but anything after that, man, I can't imagine what that's gonna be like. There's not gonna be no Final Fantasy characters in there. There's not gonna be more of the edgier stuff that's in Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has some edgy stuff for a kids game, for a Disney game. But maybe they could do the first game and maybe just stay there in that time period and not go further. Because once they cross over into the second game, it's gonna be bad, man. Like I can't imagine them actually going and trying to make sense of what those games are right now. I remember talking to Malcolm and I was like, yo, the Kingdom Hearts games are on sale on PlayStation. It's like $30 for every single game. And then I was like, nah, I'm not buying that. They can make it $10. It's not worth it, man. I don't know.
The story alone, because I know I follow the Kingdom Hearts story, and to understand it, the only way I think they could do it is if they do the first game,
and that's
then
it.
they go straight into Birth by Sleep.
Oh no.
Like they follow it in a linear way, so when they get to the end, everybody will be like, "Oh yeah, no, it makes sense." Because you go from Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, in between that you got Chain of Memories. Like there's so much they would have to explain.
Start over. Make it an original. Don't use the characters in the game. Make it original. Make it a side story from the games. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They have those, Marv. That's the problem with this whole entire franchise. If you think it, they have it already.
Yeah.
No, I'm
like,
saying
side stories you can follow.
I'm saying don't do the side stories that are already out there. Don't do Birth by Sleep in 365 days over whatever. Ignore all of that. Just put new characters in that universe and have them have their own story and their own mission aside from Sora and the gang. It's like just have them be in that universe where you could travel between Disney worlds, kind of like Mickey Mouse Club, but like an adventure story. Like it'd be cool if it's like the Avatar, The Last Airbender, but like with Disney worlds instead of, he goes to different kingdoms, right?
They go to different worlds. But my thing is, I don't think it would maybe, but it depends on if they go, oh, we're gonna make a brand new character. They've only said we're just gonna do that, and I feel like it's just gonna be about Sora, and it's gonna be the retelling of this confusing story. Like, how many videos have I watched where people try to convince you, try to tell the story, and it still doesn't make any sense?
What do you think, John? You haven't spoken yet.
Well, I agree with you that it might be bad because it's not going to be live action. Well, I mean, that's a given. It is not going to be live action. It's going to be the same CG software that they're using for the game.
Unreal Engine 4.
Yes. So it'll just practically be the game. My suspicion is that it's gonna be probably the entire game series, and it's gonna be for those who've never played the game in their life ever. But that's my suspicion. But I was thinking, because Malcolm does have a point, because the story is too convoluted. There's so many things that don't add up, and there's so many side plots that happen and just twist everything around. Because the prequels, the side sequels and all that, the spin-offs, there's too much of those. They won't fit all of that into into like a series, unless they're doing seasons. But
I
we
feel like
don't.
I feel like when they start explaining like how hearts work is when everybody will be like how what like
Houseway.
the heartless, the nobodies,
Organization 13.
Oh my
Booga
god.
booga.
Oh
Boogie
my
boogie.
god, it's gonna be bad, man. Like unless I'm telling you, they have to create new characters. They have to start from scratch.
But that was one of my like um ideas. Like, what if they like just trail off a little bit from like the main narrative of Sora and all that, and then just include like the new Disney characters that didn't make the cut in 3 or 2 or any of them.
That's another good question. What worlds would you go to after that? I mean, like, there's a
Well,
lot of worlds.
And Disney is just gonna keep expanding.
I say
Yeah.
I say go classic first, and then make your way towards the modern. But
Or how about the story like of everything before Sora arrived in the
yes,
Disney world?
dude.
Like
They
a prequel, like a prequel,
That's already
an
a
origin story.
thing.
Yo, Justin Hunter says, explain Goofy getting murdered by Cloud in the tournament. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
well he got hit up. That's what happened.
No, I love what John just said though. Start from before Sora, because we came into Kingdom Hearts when worlds were already getting destroyed. I don't know if you remember the beginning of Sora's game. His world got destroyed or whatever, and he ended up in Traverse Town. But like we never got to see Traverse Town or any of those places before. The Kingdom Hearts things happen. Even Hollow Bastion, which is like I think the last level of the first game. And I'm showing how much of a Kingdom Heart nerd I was back in the day. Hollow Bastion, you got to see it after all the chaos happened, but you never got to see it before. What was life like before all that? The gummy ships, what were they used for?
There's an actual game about that. There's an actual game that explains what happened before this.
No, I don't want to hear Birth by Sleep. Give me regular people.
Not
No,
Chain
even
of
before,
Memories, not
like,
Birth by
before
Sleep.
they-
Not
No, Chain of
before-
Memories is after part 1.
No, they did before the Keyblade War. Like all the Keyblade Masters. Remember when you get into that field full of Keyblades? They explain how that happened.
That's in Birth by Sleep.
Is it? No, it's one of the. It's one of the like later games.
No, it's
One-
Birth by Sleep.
1.5, 2.5, 2.8.
It was one of them where it was like they explained how those Keyblades got there, where the
I
Keyblade
know what you're
Masters came
talking
from.
about. In one of the remasters, they had like an extra story with Aqua, right? And
Yeah,
she
something where
learned.
they explained the whole backstory of how Light and Darkness started, the first Keyblade War.
Okay.
They did that already.
No, dude, I'm thinking. Don't show the Keyblade Warriors. Don't show the Heartless. Don't show none of that yet. But like John said, a prequel that trails off before Sora's story starts, and not part of that whole war thing. Like, what's regular life like if you're not a Disney character in that universe? Because if you're a Disney character, you're pretty much reliving the movie every day or something like that, right? It's assumed, which sucks.
Probably, yeah.
That sucks. That means Aladdin always fighting Jafar.
Right?
Tarzan is always getting beat up by that guy with the shotgun. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, Simba has to see his dad die every day.
Every
Simba
day.
has to relive that torturous.
Every day.
So
So like, I'd rather see an original character like walk around those worlds and be it like a side story, not from any of the side stories already made.
Understandable. Now you got me thinking about, oh my gosh, that is just a hell to live in now.
There's like a possibility. There's a lot of possibilities you can explore. There's a lot of possibilities you can explore. The
What
way
Disney
I look at
movie
it.
would you want to get stuck in?
If I wasn't a Keyblade warrior, because those guys, their life sucks. If I wasn't, I gotta walk around with a giant key. It doesn't open none of my doors to my house. You know what I'm saying?
It shows up out
it
of
opens the key to his heart. The key to his heart.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts is the worst concept in video games. But not even going there. If I had to pick a Disney world to go to be lived in, damn, what's a world that's not that bad?
The world of Winnie the Pooh. It's the safest world.
No, I need TV.
It still wouldn't be
and-
safe.
I need TV and internet, so I'm going to like Oliver and Company or one of those movies.
Ooh, that was actually a good pull. I ain't think of
That's
that
a
one.
classic.
It hasn't been in the games yet, so it'd be good to visit, right? I'd
Yeah, that
go,
would be definitely fun.
I'd go there, like be stuck in the '90s every day or something like that, or yeah, something like that, man. That way, it's like real life, but I could jump out a window and not die, you know.
I feel like Winnie the Pooh, because their biggest problem would be like, hey, Pooh got flown away, or Pooh is stuck in a tree, or somebody stuck. Like, their problems aren't that big, and they're very easy to solve.
Malcolm,
They're
just I don't know, man. You want to live with stuffed animals?
That's cool with me.
Well,
Like, the worst thing, and then at the end of every like day, Pooh says something wise as hell, and you're like, damn, Pooh, you're really fucking wise. He's like, oh, Chris, Malcolm, I understand. Those things sound like random as hell. Like, oh my gosh, where did you
Malcolm,
come up with this?
Why does your Winnie the Pooh sound like Bane from Batman?
It almost sounds like the same.
merely adapted. I was born in-
Hello there, Christopher Robin. You were born in the forest. You really adopted it.
I was born in a honey.
I was molded by it.
By the time I
John, what world would you want to live in, bro?
Well, judging by all these choices, I'm probably going to stick with my most favorite one of Disney's ever, Toy Story.
You'd be
I'd
a
rather
toy
be
or a
in the
human?
Toy Story world.
You'd be a toy or a human?
Probably a toy.
I hope they break you on accident.
Imagine you end up
Drop
with the
me-
kid next door. What was the kid next door's name?
Oh,
Sid.
word.
Oh.
With like firecrackers, dog.
Yo, if you end up with Sid, don't. Yeah.
Well, if we're
Mobile.
being that if we're being that specific, probably Toy Story 2 world. Then
That's it. You know what? That's not even that bad. Like the worst thing that happened was
because I find out I have my own series. I'm a big celebrity. I have collectible items.
Then you
I'm
want to
like,
take
I
Woody's
never
spot.
knew this.
I thought you wanted to live alongside Woody. You want to take his throne, pretty much.
I was about to say, John.
I'm too sure from town.
What would make me buy you as a toy? I'm trying to figure that out. It's got kung fu action grip.
Yeah,
if
the
he's the
Kung Fu
Punisher,
Grip.
he'd come with like a gun and stuff, right?
Yeah, that shoots lasers.
Yeah.
Lasers that are set to kill, not to stun.
When he's alive, he just scares all the other toys. I don't give a damn about you. All I care
Yeah.
about is life.
All I care about is taking down all the criminals.
You probably would have killed Sid because you're the Punisher. You'd have been like,
Probably. But wait, if I said Toy Story 2 world, I would have ended up killing Al instead, and Prospector. Before he even got the chance to do what he did.
Wait, the toy shoots little pellet guns, so it's like he takes it serious. So it's like a massive, like buffed out John toy, but it's shooting out little pellets.
Yeah, like the Zurg one from the second movie. Remember Zurg had the little pellet
Mhm.
shoot? Yeah,
But
like that.
you see what I'm saying? Like if Kingdom Hearts the cartoon was less about anime and more about Disney, then it'd be a better cartoon. I say that you minimize the anime elements in it.
You know what? I'm sold on that. If you minimize the anime, because as a game, it was what sold it. It was like, oh, Final Fantasy mixed with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So to turn it into a TV show would mean you would have to take away the Final Fantasy part.
Yes, which has been intertwined into that story well enough. So
I don't think it's been done well. I wouldn't say well. Cloud and the other Final Fantasy characters, they kind of just show up most of the time. They don't really have a big part in the story. They're just there.
well,
Sora
Well,
has a big part, but he's not from Final Fantasy. He's our original
yeah,
character.
yeah.
But I say minimize even Sora's part in the whole story.
I feel like they should honestly, since they're with the third one and they left the third one with like cliffhanger, they should be like years later after the third game. And then they just reference back to it every once in a while. Like this happened when blah blah blah.
No,
I
think
say
you just narrate stuff.
I say have some random human, some regular ass human from a regular planet, stumble upon a Keyblade and then have that Keyblade be like a Alice in Wonderland effect, like it ends up taking him to different worlds, and maybe his whole mission is just to find his way back home, and keep it simple like that. That's it. Like that's the simplicity of it, and don't complicate it. Like his whole mission: get home, find his friends. Maybe his friends got teleported to other planets too by mistake when he found the Keyblade.
See, but I even feel like that he'll get involved in something that'll make it convoluted.
No,
like,
no. That,
I would say like One Piece. In One Piece, it's like he's supposed to be the pirate king, but in between all of that, all this other stuff happens. It's still the main goal, but we venture off. But with Kingdom Hearts and the way the story's written, I don't think they could do something like that where it's like, oh, he just wants to get home.
Why not?
And they're gonna zip. Because
the thing is, what would be stop? What are his problems from getting home? He gets to these planets, and then these worlds. They don't even call them planets; they're like worlds. He gets to these worlds, and then he gets involved with Disney characters' problems. So he's still they're reliving the same movie every day. So Aladdin he has to help Aladdin help Jafar because Aladdin says, "Oh yeah, help me, and I'll help you get back home." Whatever, like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, he thinks he's going back home, but he ends up with Hercules. Now he's got to help Hercules. Boom, 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 boom. He stumbles upon one of his friends from his hometown. Like, how'd you get lost? Like, bro, when you picked up the Keyblade, you brought my you took me to another world or whatever. You did some crazy jazz, right? So boom, 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 boom. He has a helper now, a teammate to talk to, and eventually he comes across King Mickey, and King Mickey's like, "I'm gonna help you get home. The Keyblade stuff ended." And I got a little spare time. I'm gonna help you get home. So they're just trying to find his world, and then that's the whole story. You don't have to do no Organization 13, no Heartless, no. Well, maybe you could have Heartless as enemies, but
I was about to say, if you're gonna have it, at least let every other villain be like a Keyblade wielder who's been around, or just new Keyblade wielders.
New Keyblade villains. Let's do that.
Every person who had a Keyblade was like a fucking hero. So it's like now they're like Ronin. That's even better. Like,
that's even better. Ronin, there's no more Keyblade warriors. They're all like separate and Ronin and wandering by themselves. So he meets a master that teaches him how to use the Keyblade, and he's like, "Bro, look, this is how you use it." And let that be Sora. Let that be his only cameo. Sora is older now, and he's.
You already said King Mickey's here, so I'll be like, King Mickey, that's my master, right there.
Yeah, you kind of use Mickey for that too, but let one old Keyblade holder be his mentor a little bit more or something. I don't know, and then his whole mission is to find his way back home, and then boom, that's a whole season. After that, maybe new characters, or keep the story longer, keep him from going home still even longer. Like Samurai Jack. Make it be like Samurai Jack. He has to get his way back home.
Yes, with just those three characters, and he's just trying to get home. That's even better.
Yep.
Boom. We just made a better video game than freaking Tetsuya Nomura.
Just probably. Or now, because of all of this, I just had like another idea of what could possibly happen with this show. Okay. What if secretly that show is technically the story for 4, in case they don't make the game, or in case they take forever to make another Kingdom Hearts name?
That would be genius. I ain't even gonna lie, that's genius.
I mean,
that'd be the funniest thing ever.
If it's like new characters and then that's part 4, yeah, I could live with that, because the pieces the tools they're using to build the show, they can reverse it and build a game with it, because they're building a show off of a video game engine. So that means every asset, everything they build, all the worlds, all the characters, all that can now go, and that's never been done before. So I want the show to get made, because that's incredible. That's never been done. Like, we're making a show and a game with the same pieces. So
that's why I said they would take all the cutscenes, put them together, and just add fights in them, like choreographed fights.
Yeah, they haven't done that, but what they have done, other companies, is make games that literally mimic a show. For example, South Park.
Yeah, South Park.
They found a way to make, because they gave the actual creators all the rights.
But South Park
what you want
is already so simply made that it's easy to build the games that looks exactly like it. South Park is a special case. You can't do that with no other show. When they make a Family Guy video game, it doesn't look like the show that much.
It does at all. Yeah.
Yeah,
At
but
all.
Family Guy is a special case.
It's hard to mimic. It would be hard to mimic that.
Yeah, but South Park is a very special case where it's me and Malcolm could probably draw a South Park episode and make it animated just exactly how they do it.
And just send it to Matt Stone and Trey Parker and be like, here,
Just use
read
it.
this.
Just use it. Yeah.
And then they'll probably air it and make a parody out of it.
Well, all in all, it'll probably look like the Final Fantasy movie, if anything.
Which one? Advent Children?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's
Maybe.
gonna look just like the game. The game is made off of Unreal Engine, and the show is being made off Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
That's
look like
what I
whatever
found
the
out.
games look like. It's gonna look exactly the same as far as the worlds and the characters.
So we're just gonna call this Kingdom Hearts
Possibly
Remaster 7.5, no gameplay. Right.
I mean, if they want to make it into a game later, they could. I mean, John's right.
7.5, no gameplay. Like that's
Kingdom
it.
Hearts, no arc. Kingdom Hearts, no arc. Because it took them like a very long time for 3, and we were promised 3 like 14 years ago.
And then 3 came and disappointed everybody. So
And then that's what happened. We waited for nothing.
don't get me wrong. If they do what I say they should do, the real fans are gonna get mad at first. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this is crap. How come Sora's not the main character? How come they're not showing characters from?"
Gonna be that with like.
There's gonna be a
do
lot of
adaptation.
haters.
Do what usual fans do, get mad over something.
Yeah, they're gonna be a lot of haters, but you gotta really think about it. People are gonna be mad regardless, because it's gonna be impossible to retell the story exactly how it is in the game. So I would ignore it.
So it's practically gonna be like the whole Star Wars thing with the new sequels and everyone complaining. It's gonna be practically that.
Yeah,
Half people are gonna be happy, half people are gonna be upset. Comic book fans are gonna be like probably mixed, and then like actual story fans are gonna be like, So
I think Disney has pushed themselves in a position where no matter what, they're always gonna disappoint a lot of people because they own everything that's pretty much everyone's childhood now.
Yep.
So
and they know nostalgia sells.
So no matter what, Disney's in a position where what could they do that would make everybody happy? It's nothing.
Disney's the only company that can really gamble crazy right now. Like, to be real, they can really gamble and see how things go.
Well, now that they acquired Fox, what if they add like Fox characters?
I wouldn't want to stray too far because, when they made Kingdom Hearts 3, people were saying, why don't they add Star Wars and Marvel? And I agreed at first, but then I thought about it. I was like, Kingdom Hearts, the way it started, is supposed to be a celebration of Disney, like Walt Disney and his whole vibe and his whole character's design style. Right. So if you start doing things that Disney brought instead of created, it doesn't have the same feel. It's gonna lose the feel of. It's gonna feel like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or something. It's not gonna feel like Kingdom Hearts anymore.
Right. Well, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the best.
That's the problem. It would be still good. People would still like it.
It's to me, it's the best.
But you can't lose.
They were complaining about having what is it? Frozen in it. They were like, why is Frozen in this? So yeah.
Disney product.
It's more classic Disney than Marvel. Frozen is more along the lines of Aladdin, Tarzan, Little Mermaid than Marvel and Star Wars is.
Yeah, because I'm like, how would you make Heartless work in a world where the Force is a thing?
No, you could. They did it with pirates. The Pirates of the Caribbean are in Kingdom Hearts.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how they did that one. That one is like
They pulled it off. They definitely did.
6, I think.
They pulled it off. But remember, Pirates of the Caribbean is still pretty much classic Disney. It was a ride at Disneyland before it was a movie. So that's still classic Disney. Even Tron, they did Tron Legacy, Tron whatever.
Yeah. They did both Trons. They did Tron and Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
So they can still do. I think stay with the original Disney creations still. The Marvel stuff, they already got Avengers game coming out, and there's a bunch of Avengers shows. Some of those characters we haven't. When you gonna see them again if you don't do a crossover thing? They're not making no more Hercules movies.
No, they ain't.
Except
No,
for
they're
that
not.
live action one that Disney's about to make. That's the only one I've heard of.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
But let's jump into the next one because it's time.
This match will
Ro-
get red
ro-
hot.
stuck
You're
over in the slope.
Oh my gosh. So you already know how I feel about the Snyder Cut. It's already being released on HBO Max. And so they shot out a leak. I don't know if the leak was real. I kept looking for like somebody reliable to be like, is it real or not? Marv said he was gonna tell me before on the show. So is it real or is it not
it's real. It's just concept art though. It's real though.
Okay, so it's
There's so much wrong with that. There was so much wrong with just the
I
picture
told
of
you last week they're gonna have Darkseid in it. I told you last week.
No,
he
not with
didn't
not
say
with
that.
the way.
I
Just
think
the
he
way
did say that.
he looks, like the way he looks. He's holding a weapon. Darkseid rarely holds a weapon.
Bro, I'm not saying it's gonna be good. I definitely told you Darkseid's gonna be in it though.
Yeah, I knew
I think
Darkseid was going to be in it. I knew Darkseid was going to be in it, but the way he looks, even though it's concept, it's probably how he is going to look. It's going to be
Live-action.
shirtless, strong, buff guy. Like
Like a titan. Like a titan.
what he needs this, man. Like nobody needs this.
It's
This
gonna
cut-
be. Did you hear what they're gonna
Everybody
do?
saw-
It's not gonna be a movie no more. It's gonna be a mini series, 6 episodes.
Now it's gonna be a
my
series.
unit.
I mean, I already saw in the animated movie how he just made an example of the Justice League. So let's see him do that live action.
Why? First it was like, oh, we're gonna make it a cut. Now we're gonna turn it into a miniseries. It's not gonna save your fucking franchise, bro.
It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to. The thing
It's
is,
not.
with the epidemic out there, they need content. They haven't been able to film anything new, and this is something people were asking for on Twitter a lot. And they're like, yeah, let's give it to them. And they've done it before with Superman. I forgot what cut it was called.
The Batman v Superman.
No. The original Christopher Reeve Superman had a Superman 2, the director's cut, but it said his name on it.
And
The
Superman.
Downer cut, the Donor cut, something like that.
But
Where they remade the whole movie, but with his vision. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be good, but I'm going to watch it out of curiosity just to see how bad it could be.
I'm not gonna watch it out of curiosity. 'Cause
You
I'm just
are.
like, I'm giving it up. I'm giving up on it.
I bet you. John, what do you
I'm
think?
I'm gonna be real. I probably won't.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Darkseid. How is he gonna look in this like live action series? Supposedly.
I'll show you right now.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I was just like, that don't look like Darkseid. Like I was hoping a little bit this man was gonna do it justice, and once you tell me his concept, I'm like, this man does not know anything.
Right. And Marv, I just found it. It's called Superman 2: The Richard Donner Cut.
Yes, that's it right there.
Yep.
So there's been precedent for it already. You know, it's happened before.
Yeah, they pressed it for the director's cut for what Batman v Superman with him. Shoot, his Watchmen cut was alright. It wasn't the best. It was just alright.
Well,
But
bro, like the Watchmen, he directed it all the way from beginning to end. With Justice League, he directed it. He filmed it all the way to I think the middle, and then they fired. He left because his kid died or whatever.
Right.
But they brought in Josh Whedon, he makes happy movies. He made the Avengers. He made Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is it's gonna be a very different movie. It's gonna be darker. It's gonna be killing. It's gonna be evil Superman probably.
So Bizarro, or
No,
or just
like
plain evil Superman.
No, like black suit, kind of like
Red Sun.
kind of like Batman's vision and Batman versus Superman, Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
That Superman is supposed to be like him working with Darkseid.
Ah.
So I mean,
and on top of that, Henry Cavill just decided he's staying as Superman for what, 6 years?
yes, that's
Instead of
another that's another new story that just dropped. I think today, right?
Which means he's like, yeah, I'm in. And
Yeah.
also, I saw like a rumor that they were talking with Ben Affleck again, so he might be in something again.
I heard Ben Affleck is only helping with his voice, as far as Justice League. He's only doing voice work all the actors are only allowed to do voice work because they don't have the money to pay them to film. But Ben Affleck said he'll help with his voice. He'll record new lines because they could redub the lips. But
It's gonna look so weird, man. This is gonna be the weirdest looking movie slash series.
you know
ever
who's gonna
made.
get time to shine though? That didn't get it in the original cut. Cyborg.
Very true.
Cyborg.
Because he's like barely in the movie.
They didn't let him shine, bro. They took away all his lines. Remember, he had in the trailer he had a line like, "I suggest you should move." They took that right out, and it's like,
Yep.
bro,
Wow.
why you did the Cyborg? So I think he deserves more time in the spotlight. Flash, I think Flash had enough good moments in the regular.
He's got a whole fan base around him. He's good. We don't know.
I don't know if he has a fan base no more with that. You want to
timeline.
fight?
He has his timeline. He's fine. No.
You want to fight?
Want to fight? And just fell. And
He was walking like this.
with flip flops in the snow.
Nah, dude, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be the most curious thing to watch ever. Cause has there ever happened? I mean, yeah, they did the Richard Donner cut, but has it ever happened that like a movie, some guy gets fired, a version of his movie comes out that he doesn't like, and then everybody wants to see his version, and then they turn it into a freaking mini series?
No,
I don't know. That's weird.
Never
I don't
happened.
think it ever happened.
It's like the
I mean-
curious case of Justice League. Like, what is this?
I mean, a movie.
That's why when you said, "Yo, you're gonna see it," I'm like, "Yeah, no." Now it's like, as much as I hate to sit here and watch this whole goddamn fucking movie, I'm really just gonna be like, is it gonna be a super mess or is it gonna be a hurricane mess?
Well, what did you think of Batman v Superman?
Batman v Superman was just a rushed, hit the full throttle. It went too fast.
Exactly.
Throughout that whole movie, there was not time, and it was just everything that happened. Like they were just hitting checks in the movie. Like this has to happen. Okay, cool. This has to happen. Okay, cool. And this has to happen. Okay, cool.
I think
They
it's gonna
didn't
hit.
build up. They didn't build up anything.
I think it's gonna hit what you call it, so bad it's good status in a couple years. Maybe if it hasn't already.
So bad it's
You
good.
think you'll think it'll hit like what is it? Revenge of the Sith bad? Like people will meme it.
Damn, I like Revenge of the Sith. That hurt.
I have the high ground.
No, but let's be real. Like Revenge of the Sith is the like pinnacle. Like it's pretty good. Like it's good. If you say it's bad, you still like it because it's still got some of the best lines in the whole.
Yeah, it has the best lines.
A Sith Lord.
From my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground now.
You turned her against me.
So I'm if it's
You
like
were
that,
supposed
like,
to. You're supposed to fight the dark
that,
side, not
I
join
will
it.
be so happy. I'll be like, if it's entertaining to the point where I'm like, oh my god, this is just stupid funny.
It's gonna be comedic.
What do you think it is with Zack Snyder though? All his movies have like this thing where the people sound ridiculous and it's like overly dark for no reason, and then like
It's edgy.
it's edgy, but it's edgy without purpose. Like it's not like edgy like, I don't know, Christopher Nolan. It's like
Wait, Zack Snyder. Didn't he?
300.
He did 100, Sin City.
Dawn of
Watchmen.
the
No, he
Dead,
didn't
if
do
I'm-
Sin
if
City.
I'm
He didn't do
correct,
Sin
right?
City.
He didn't do Sin City?
Robert Rodriguez did Sin City.
Okay.
He did.
Wasn't that Frank Miller?
Well, he wrote the comic book. Frank Miller wrote the comic
right.
book.
Right.
But Zack Snyder did 300, Watchmen, Dawn of the Dead, Sucker Punch, and Batman v Superman, and Man of Steel. That's his
Yeah.
whole. Oh, he did one movie with owls too. I forgot what it was called. Guardians of the something.
Oh, Guardians. I think it's Guardians of Gahul.
Yeah,
Guardians
something like
of
that.
the-
And it's all owls and it's CGI.
Mm,
And that
that
one,
would-
he said he made it for his son or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie. I ain't even gonna lie, but it was dark too. It's like this man doesn't know how to write.
Everything is Dawn of the Dead was pretty dark in itself.
And there's
And-
like, well, it's a zombie movie. I understand
Of course.
with 300
No.
and Dawn of the Dead. Even Watchmen, I understand the dark a little bit,
Of course,
even
because
though he went
they're
overboard.
anti-heroes.
But he has a
Rorschach.
thing. The
But Sucker Punch is like dark for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. It's just really cool to watch. Like,
Sucker Punch is the best video game that's not a video game.
Sucker Punch. When I first saw the trailer, I honestly thought it was an anime, but then like it was like trying to be an anime. But I'm like, oh,
I wish that was Kingdom Hearts.
Thing.
I wish that was what Kingdom Hearts was like.
It's an Americanized anime.
The tagline at the end of Sucker Punch: the best video game movie that's not a video game.
Ever.
Serious.
Yeah, it felt like, what was that? It felt like a hack and slash, right?
Yeah, they had guns too. It felt like everything. It had World War II. It had robots.
Devil May Cry.
Every stage was different.
Yep.
They had boss fights.
A big ass samurai guy with a machine gun.
It's just everything that happens in the regular world when they're in like a psychic asylum, whatever it's called.
That movie
wasn't it like a ballet academy also?
Yeah.
That movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I can sit down and watch that movie tonight and be like, this is still good.
It's bad good. It's bad good though.
It's bad good.
Bad good. Like,
it's so bad. It's good.
I think that's how I am with Batman v Superman, because I watch it and there's so many religious overtones and these gigantic like bombastic moments, like Superman carrying a baby and all the Mexican people wearing the Dawn of the Dead mask. And
it's just like literally like we get it. We get it, bro.
Because they have the dead, so that's understandable.
I understand what Day of the Dead is, but in relating it to the movie and putting that imagery, and then the big statue of Superman that has like written on it, "You failed us" or something like that. Like, there's so much like religious imagery and
there's
also
that one scene where they're like, people are bowing down to him when he's landing and all trying to touch his chest.
Yeah, and then the whole Lex Luthor saying, "I want God to fight the devil," and it's just insanity. I think it's bad good, but I think it's also batshit nuts, and it's got this cocktail of everything.
For me, like I said, it was way too quick. It was way too quick. It was like
it was rushed. That's what happened.
It felt so rushed. Like, you didn't get the build up to to friggin' Doomsday. He just bam, it is Doomsday.
Yeah. I'm like,
I hate to say this, but a director cut kind of paced better because it was a 2-hour movie. They added like half an hour back to the movie. Watch the director's cut if you want it to not feel rushed.
They rushed like the whole thing of Wonder Woman, and then a year later her movie comes out, so we could like explain how she got thrown into the fold in the first place.
That movie should have came out before Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, it would have set up a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes, it would have made more sense, but no, they rushed that and then the story of Wonder Woman, and then that small Flash cameo in Batman vs Superman.
Lois Lane's the key. She's the key, Bruce.
She's the key, Bruce.
What movie was that from? There's another movie that does that very better, right? Like that.
I think it's aside from Batman vs Superman, wouldn't it be Justice League?
No, there's definitely like an old school movie where a guy comes and like, you gotta watch out, like trying to warn him or something.
Oh my gosh, how I know what movie you're talking about. Showed up out of nowhere. He was like, you have to watch out for this. And he was like, what?
It's like, I'm from the future. You gotta be careful. Like, I forgot what movie that is, but there's definitely, he stole that from another movie. I'm just surprised that
I don't know why I feel like that's like a reference to, I think, Back to the Future or something like that.
Something like that. There's definitely a time travel movie like that. And then also the dream sequences in Batman v Superman were nuts. But like,
they were like the hardest fever dream you could ever have. Like, those were, oh my gosh. Huh? What? I'm in the Batcave. I'm safe. Lois Lane's the key. What the?
Lois Lane's the key.
Yo, it was nuts. It was nuts. That movie's nuts, bro. Batman in the future fighting the what are they called? The Demigorgons?
The Demogorgons.
Parademons.
Now we're having a Stranger Things crossover.
Then 11 shows out of nowhere and just and then he makes a hand in the back.
Will's the key.
And then Hopper right behind her.
Hopper's the key. If Justice League has more moments like that, all those crazy moments, I hate to say it, but I'll probably end up liking it.
Well, because it was the unexpected and at random.
Exactly. It's like doing cocaine. It's like the movie. That's what they should call it. Change the name from Justice League to Doing Cocaine, the movie.
Trip. A trip.
Featuring Batman.
It's not a movie. It's a trip.
Yeah.
One hell of a trip.
One Green Lantern that died in the beginning of the movie.
Oh. Okay, so another fact that came out was that one of the army soldiers from Man of Steel is going to turn out to be Martian Manhunter. Did you guys hear that?
No, I did not. And now I'm kind of intrigued how they make Martian Manhunter look in this movie.
He's gonna look bad. He's gonna look dumb.
I mean, probably yes, because I don't know how they can make him or his origin story like pretty good in live action.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna take a black guy and they're gonna paint him green, and that's it.
He had to look away.
I feel like that's like DC's go-to. How is Dr. Manhattan? Just a black dude painted blue.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dr. Man.
I mean, that's a black guy playing the green.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Martian Manhunter was an essential member of the Justice League, so let's see how that plays out.
Yeah, so was Green Lantern. I heard Green Lantern is not gonna show up. Not Hal Jordan, but Kilowog and what's the other guy's name? The bird guy.
Yeah, those were the two. That was the one who was in the background fighting. Oh, I know who he's talking about. He's orange. He's got a beak, and he was in the background. He
was in the Ryan Reynolds movie too. I forgot his name. Everybody remembers Kilowog, but I can't remember none of the other ones.
Because Kilowog's that nigga.
He's that one guy.
Like, he really is. Like, every time there's the black one, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner. This is Jon Stewart. Thank you. I just remembered. I know somebody was going to come at me for it. Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, and Kilowog. Like, that's it. If you know any more, you're a fan of them. But those are the ones you really know.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I know Kilowog more than I know freaking Hal Jordan. I didn't know who Hal Jordan was until they did the New 52 reboot. I think it was called.
But you knew who Guy Gardner was, right?
A little bit. I only know Jon Stewart because of the animated series.
Yeah, that's how everybody knows him.
Yeah.
I never knew there was other ones until I looked deeper into comic books.
Honestly, they did one episode where he did show up, like Hal Jordan showed up.
That wasn't Hal Jordan.
No, in the animated series.
That wasn't Hal Jordan.
Yeah, it was.
No,
it wasn't Kyle Rayner.
It was Kyle Rayner.
That wasn't Kyle Rayner.
Kyle Rayner's the one with orange hair?
No. I'm saying in Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Which one is Kyle Rayner?
Kyle Rayner's the one who has like the goggles looking. He like
goggles, Green Lantern.
Yeah, he's got the white chest. He got a white chest on his.
Who's the one that had the girl in the refrigerator?
Yeah, that is Kyle Rayner.
That's Kyle Rayner. That's Kyle Rayner in the Justice League.
No, I'm saying in the Justice League Unlimited, they did an episode where Hal Jordan showed up for like a hot minute.
You talking about when he came with all the Green Lanterns to Earth?
No, it was like an episode where they were stuck somewhere.
You're talking about when they went to the future. When they went to the future. Oh yeah. Hal Jordan was in that episode. You're right.
Right.
But the regular Green Lantern from Earth in the Justice League universe is Kyle Rayner. He appeared in the Superman cartoon, and then he was in the Justice League episode when I think what's his name? Jon Stewart was on trial for killing a whole planet, and Kyle Rayner showed up. Yes, look, even Justin said, yeah, he did show up. Yeah, both of them showed up. Both of them showed up at some point.
Yeah, both of them did show up.
They should have had this guy with the ball top. What was his name?
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner is funny, bro. He's the Wolverine of Green Lanterns.
He's the one Green Lantern I always say, like, he should just be a Red Lantern, because he strided as a Red Lantern. He was the best when he was a Red Lantern, because he's a naturally angry guy.
He's the Wolverine of Green Lanterns.
He really is. Like, he's like, yo, there was like one in the comics where some dude was talking, Yellow Lantern was talking smack to him. He was like, yo, you can't beat me unless you got that ring. He took off his ring, was like, yo, we could fight. We could go. And he beat the crap out of the dude. So, Guy Gardner's that dude.
I take it back. He's the Joey Wheeler of Green Lanterns.
The Joy Wheeler.
Yeah.
I'll take you on.
Joey Wheeler was ready to scrap if the card. Yo, put the cards down. Let's scrap. Joey Wheeler was that dude.
Because he had Tristan
with the
on his
fourth
side.
deck.
Yeah.
He had Tristan on his side though.
Well,
It's
you
like
know,
if he didn't.
I don't
That's
want to
his
talk
ride or
about
die.
Tristan.
It's like if he missed, Tristan was right there with the second punch. Like, oh, you missed, Joe. Bah!
Bah! Harching
I believe.
Joey hitting Tristan.
Oh, I got it now. Tell Zack Snyder to make a Yu-Gi-Oh movie. It fit. Everything he likes to do would fit.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Snyder
To
Cut.
make that movie? You know who I would ask to make that movie?
Who?
M. Night Shyamalan.
No.
There's
No.
no plot twist in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Huh?
There's no plot
There's
twist
no
in
plot-
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Exactly. But I don't want to
That's
discuss.
what I want to see. I just
Look what
want
he
to see
did to
how bad
Avatar. Look,
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's take a look at his track records on trying to make movies from shows.
Avatar.
Let's look at that.
No, give it to Zack Snyder, bro. Let him do all that religious imagery and over the top
Under
action.
terrible.
Just
I'm still sticking
imagine
with
Pegasus.
terrible.
Just imagine Pegasus in a Zack Snyder movie, bro. It'd be badass.
You boy.
It'd just be
I am-
he'd be the most flamboyant thing on the planet.
Yes, Six String Phantom says, "Is there really gonna be a Kingdom Hearts Disney TV show?" That's what they're saying.
Yes, there is, sir.
Yes, there is.
Disney.
There's no
themselves.
footage yet, but yes, it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
And it's going to be phenomenal.
Not his
Oh,
words,
we-
not mine. His words, not
don't
mine.
We can
I don't
hope it's phenomenal. We can hope.
But Zack Snyder, you know who would make a really good one?
Who?
Taika Waititi. He'd probably make a good. You know
It'd be
who
a
would make a
comedy.
really good.
It'd be a
he'd
comedy.
make a good. Huh?
It'd be a comedy if he does it. Taika Waititi.
I mean, if you do Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I
Bro,
feel like
GX?
No offense. No offense. No one watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. No offense.
everybody slept on that one.
John,
That's
John,
why.
did you watch it?
vaguely watched it. I vaguely watched it. Vaguely. And then I stopped at 5Ds. I stopped there.
Well,
It was terrible.
no, I feel like Snyder could do 5Ds. Hands down, because 5Ds is dark. People die on motorcycles. It's card games on motorcycles and dying on
That
motorcycles.
already sounds like a bad idea,
The
but
race.
I'll agree with you. I think Zack
The
Snyder.
racing and building monsters.
That doesn't make sense to me at all, but I think you're right. I think Zack Snyder should put his efforts towards anime instead of American comics. I think he'd
'Cause
fit in well.
He would do really well. I mean, like, we talked about Sucker Punch, and we're like, yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
Yo, man,
Six
now that I
String.
think about it, because the mentioning animes, what if by some way we got a live action Do You Hawk the show?
I still say give it to Zack Snyder.
No, I say give that to Taika Waititi. He knows how to make things bright and funny.
Okay, I can see that one. I'll give you that one.
Wait,
Six String Phantom says, I watched one episode of nostalgia for the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Out of nostalgia for the original Yu-Gi-Oh! It's good, man. Watch the whole thing if you haven't already.
I love.
Just
Yeah,
skip
I
when they get to the dragons.
I've been
Skip when
watching
they get
it
to the
too.
dragons. That's when
No,
it gets
skip when they get to the
Which one?
digital world after Merrick, before like that filler season.
Battle City or after the Battle City.
You know what? If Snyder did Battle City, like that whole arc, skipping that one big section, oh my gosh, that would be really good.
Bro, I think
basically we're skipping season 1 and jumping right into season 2. Basically.
I think Zack Snyder definitely is better off doing anime stuff, because then all the stuff he gets made fun of for, all the slow motion and all the over the topness, and anime, that's every day, B.
Bags, like I'm not even disagreeing with. Like he would blow that up. I'm so excited if he would just give him one. Just give him one.
Because we saw this a long time ago in Ready Player One, we need a live action Gundam. Zack Snyder could probably do
He'd
that.
know that too, but I think the problem with Gundam, if you do live action, is that it becomes just another war movie. Because if you take the anime out of it and you make just a regular human movie, you start to realize Gundam is just another war movie.
It's all about war. Like every
Yeah.
single season, it's a war going on.
Yeah, but
It'd be another like Black Hawk Down, or like I don't know, what is it, Saving Private
Battle-
Ryan?
Battle Los Angeles.
You know
I never
what?
watched that one, but
even though it just popped into my head. You know who else would have made a good Yu-Gi-Oh movie?
Who?
Whoever really, the Wachowskis.
No,
The Wachowskis.
They're one-hit wonders. I say it here and I write it on my tombstone. The Wachowskis are one-hit wonders.
The
No, I
Matrix.
guess. I mean, they
That was
gave
it.
Speed
The
Racer,
Matrix.
Speed Racer that fucking. They were faithful to that.
Okay,
So you got
all right.
The Matrix.
I was talking about Speed Racer. That's their one
Hold
hit.
Hold on. Justin, live action Speed Racer? No thanks. After the first one, no thanks.
You ain't like
But,
Speed Racer? Some people
I
don't
love
like
the
it. I
original
loved it.
Speed Racer.
There's only
I
one.
love Speed Racer, the animated series. I love that. But the movie, yeah.
Justin Hunter says need to be
Hunter.
careful making live action anime. I know, but Zack Snyder's already
know.
making anime without realizing he's making anime.
For real, like they gave it to who? They give it to? They gave it to Spielberg, or was he just producing on that one? On Battle Alita Angel.
Producer Robert Rodriguez directed.
Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah,
and Dragon Ball.
give it
Yes,
to the
yes.
people.
He's reminding us of the past. Of the past.
But
He's
they didn't
reminding-
give it to people with those two movies. They didn't give it to people who are capable. Like legit, neither
Right.
one of them were capable of doing it.
Bro, they got piece of crap
M.
directors to
Night
do
was a
it.
good director, but for Last Airbender, no.
He's a one-hit
That-
wonder too, though. He only got the Sixth Sense.
M. Night?
Yeah.
No.
No, what are you talking
Unbreakable.
about? Everybody
Unbreakable.
like what's the other one?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable
Split.
is decent. It has no
And
ending.
Mr. Glass.
I-
Because it's tying into Split and then eventually into Mr.
No,
Glass.
Split would be like, nah, he's not a one-hit wonder. Like, nah, you can't give him because Split was pretty decent.
Split was good. It was a trilogy with no one even trying to think it was a trilogy. Because no one thought they could follow up with Unbreakable until Split came out. And then after that, Mr. Glass.
Now into season based off the manga continuation.
Can you really call that manga? I don't know, man. But
It's technically not an anime. It's technically not an anime.
but yeah, I get what he means though. They're pushing Avatar a lot now because Netflix is about to do a live action. That's why they're doing it, which we never talked about on the show.
Because it's like everybody's hesitant. We haven't even gotten a picture of what the live action is going to look like yet.
Yes. And we're hoping if they do it, they don't repeat the same mistakes has done.
Because they're doing a live action One Piece too, and they dropped the script on that one. They like leaked the script.
I still remember when we talked about live action Cowboy Bebop, and we haven't heard anything since then.
Well, we said what happened. This guy broke his leg.
But that was like what, last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, clearly he's not going to be shooting anything right now, so we won't be getting anything till probably next year.
The thing
about
is, he
any
broke
of
his
it.
leg, and then the epidemic.
Yeah, so
So we're gonna be out of movies for the rest of this
We
year.
got the Snyder Cut.
all right, we had a good show, guys.
We
Great
did.
show.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. Snyder. Let's see if he makes us proud. And
All right, take it away, John.
if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us here on It's Friday Super Podcast. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and on Instagram on It's Friday Super.
And I also want to shout out happy birthday to Santiago.
Yay! Yes, it's his birthday.
And a happy birthday to my cousin Stephanie. Love you.
Happy birthday to my uncle Vic. He out there. Happy birthday.
Like always. Hey.
We out.
Nos fuimos.